I am your host, Panic at the Tesco, otherwise known as Chris, and we are here again on this lovely Sunday evening doing some racing on Gran Turismo. It has been 2 weeks. I was off last week on holiday in glamorous Birmingham. Don't ask why I picked a holiday in Birmingham, but I did. So I wasn't racing last week. I heard it was a really good race, and I haven't seen the replay of it, but I saw that it was very close, and we appear to have a new championship contender. It appears that what's his name? Cleggy has become a professional racing driver overnight. He is going really well at the moment, so I'm going to be watching out for him in tonight's race. But before we go racing, as always, we're going to do a virtual reality preview of the lap, so bear with me as I get set up, and we are going to go around this track in this Lamborghini Huracan, sponsored by Yorkshire Tea, in virtual reality, and I'm going to make a complete fool of myself. We are here at a very famous track, Fuji. It is very picturesque, surrounded by mountains. In the real world, this track is also famous for having some very extreme weather, but we've got sunny conditions today, and it should stay that way for the race. Tonight's race is going to be an endurance race, so it'll take roughly 1 hour, and we've got a 10-minute qualifying coming up at 1:45 before we go racing. So, as I approach turn 2, I want to be clipping the inside of this barrier, on the throttle hard, and now we've got a corner that wears out the tyres a lot. I'm backing off round the corner and following the inside line here, keeping it to the inside, braking where I see the red dot on the left, down 2 gears, and I'm a bit slow here because I'm not used to the VR, as always. Car always feels like it's going a bit faster in VR than it really is, so I always then end up slowing down a little bit. As we come down here, we're braking just as I go past the Dunlop sign on the right, not the one over the track, the one on the right. In the faster cars in Group 3, you brake at the actual bridge, but here you're braking at the advertising sign on the right. Coming up here, I brake just as I passed the lamp hole on the side of the track there, and then we've got this horrible sweeping corner, flat out round here, and then trail brake, hook the car in, take that apex on the power. The exit is where all the lap time is here, and we've got this horrible never-ending corner here. You can hear the tyres screeching, please no more. You want to be getting on the power as early as possible because you've got one of the longest straights in racing coming up. I don't know the length of this straight, but it goes on forever. As you see, we've got the track to ourselves actually. It's a shame we can't see any other cars going around. We'll see what kind of lap time we can do. 147.7 is my best outside of VR. Let's see how we do. We're braking at this curb on the left here. Down into first gear, into second gear as I pass the bollard. Run the car out. Minimise the amount of distance we travel there. And then I'm looking for a little dot on the right between the 50 and the 100. Coming as close to that as we can. I was down a gear into third, I shouldn't have been. And then we're just going to follow the inside here, clip near to that path, and we want to keep the car as close to the right hand side as possible because this corner really punishes you as you try to steer in. You get a load of understeer because it's a 4-wheel drive car. This doesn't feel very fast, but it looks it, so that'll do. And we're going to be braking where that Dunlop sign is, as I said. And I've gone a bit wide there, I've missed that apex, that's going to compromise me. I've got to swing the car over now. Go as close to that bollard as I can. And then just down a gear, slide the car across. Maximise the exit speed as much as you can. And that's what all these corners are about. It's about that exit speed. And it's about patience and getting the car turned across smoothly. So it didn't feel like a bad lap. It's weird because the cars feel like they're a bit grippier in VR, and I don't really understand the reason. It does feel like I underdrive the laps in VR compared to out of VR. So yeah, 148.7, so about a second off my best. Let's just go for one more lap and see if we can improve it. So once again, I'm going to be braking really as late as I dare, and yeah, you see I've braked slightly later there, and that gets you out onto this stuff, and if that's not a penalty, I don't know what is. Yep, that is a penalty. But yes, we'll back off, make sure that there's no one around us. Take a look at my car if you want. So yeah, this is the inside of a Lamborghini. This is pretty realistic to what the inside of a Lamborghini would look like in real life. And I don't know if the head tracking's showing you what I'm seeing, because you know I think on the recording I'm like way up, sat really high, but I'm actually sat quite low down in the car. I'm just looking over the top of the steering wheel. It's really cool. I might do some races in VR later in the season. Let's see, I might do some fun races midweek in VR just to check it out. But anyway, I'm going to call it a day there. I'm going to get myself ready for qualifying, which is coming up in about 10 minutes time now. So I'll see you in 10 minutes for qualifying, and then stay tuned for the race. See you in a bit.